Alright guys, welcome back to the first update on Tropical Cyclone Bolaven, or Tropical Storm Bolaven, sorry, which formed in the Western Pacific yesterday. As you can see on the satellite imagery, they're looking pretty okay. Convection is pretty decent in that big convection blob there. There was one to the east of the storm. It looks like that has since disappeared, which if anything is going to aid the storm in its intensification. You can see it looking pretty decent, probably slowly intensifying at this stage. It's definitely not a rapid trend. It's definitely quite slow. The center of circulation is pretty obscured by those tall convection cloud tops, and we're likely going to be seeing a category 4 later on, according to the JTWC. However, they are going extremely high. May I add, they are going higher than all of the models. At one point they even had their first advisory, when it was a tropical depression, a super typhoon peak, but they did since revise that down. But still, 145-mile-an-hour winds is expected from this storm system, and we could be seeing that as it passes just near Guam, after it passes through Guam, sorry, and then as it goes through near Guam, possibly a category 2 passing through there. Currently the storm has maximum sustainment for our latest Dvorak fixes at 50 miles per hour, gusting with winds of 65 miles per hour. It's a minimum central pressure of 996 millibars, and it's moving west-northwest at about 7 miles per hour, and it is currently, of course, a tropical storm system based on that information. Take a look at all the estimates here. We have loads of them. The JTWC at 45 miles per hour, we're going with 50 miles per hour, SABs at 65 at the higher end of their estimates, ADTs at 65, AIDTs at 60, D-Prints also at 65, NOAA ADTs at 65, NOAA MTCS WA is at 60, and of course that does aid in a tropical storm system there. If you merge all those estimates together, that is our old estimation technique. That is, of course, a tropical storm system. Take a look at the JTWC forecast cone. You can see as it passes through Guam there, we could be seeing near a category 2, and then after it passes through Guam, look at that, 110 knots, that's 125 miles per hour, then 145 miles per hour, probably after a period of rapid intensification, keeping strong as well, staying at 140 as well, so pretty rapid intensification there. As it passes through Guam, to be honest, I won't be surprised if we're seeing nearly a category 3. Conditions are almost perfect for the storm system. It just really depends on the storm structure and how it really copes, really, with the conditions it has around it, which are really good, may I add. Take a look at the HAVS A operational wind swath run here. You can see category 4 there, up to 114 knots at one point there. Way after it passes through Guam, though, when the storm passes through Guam, it's probably a tropical storm, maybe nearing typhoon status, so quite weak according to the AVSA, but then really rapidly strengthens up to a category 4 after passing through Guam, and then a bit of weakening, so it looks like they have it peaking probably winds of about 130, 140 miles an hour there on that run. Here's the rain swath here. You can see Guam could be getting quite a bit of rain here, at least 4 to 8 inches on that, at least. It could be as high as 16 inches though, maybe even up to 4 to 16 inches throughout all of the islands, and you can see even as it goes up there, goes up north, we do have a new peak over open waters though of about 24 inches or more, so pretty heavy rainfall totals there expected from this storm system. Currently, here's the RAM multi-model diagnostics here. You can see the intensity here. The JTWC really blowing these out of the water. It's going much higher than all of them, taking it up to, of course, that 125 knot peak, a lot higher than all of the model intensities there. What are we looking at for peak though? The H-Wolf's taking it higher than the JTWC after maybe a second period of intensification, but pretty consistent then, at least a category 2, maybe a category 3. The deep there shear probably going to be pretty low throughout the storm's life. If the GFS shear does materialize, we're going to be seeing probably quite a bit of a stronger storm, as you can see, dropping below 10 knots. The sea surface temperature is obviously favorable. The mid-level relative humidity also pretty favorable, but it does drop off a cliff though, so you can see around the 13th of October. The track's pretty certain. I'll just disregard the H-Wolf at this time. The H-Wolf track's probably not going to happen. But the JTWC track, probably the best track that's going so far. Take a look at some visible shortwave imagery here. You can see the storm looking pretty decent, may I say. It is looking very, very good for a lower range tropical storm. It could be up to 60 miles per hour. Right now, of course, according to a lot of the satellite estimates, we've started on the lower end of about 50, and JTWC still miles behind at about 45. It's probably stronger than that at this stage, but you can see looking pretty good. I mean, it is looking very decent for a lower range tropical storm. You can see a big convection block in the center, maybe where the center of circulation is. It's pretty obscured. It's kind of hard to see with all the cloud cover around the storm system, and you can also see some pretty decent banding feature there to the northwest of the storm system. With, of course, that other invest to the west of the storm, that's not going to develop, but if anything, it could make the storm larger. But I guess we'll see what that does to this storm system. If anything, it would make the storm larger, of course, and bring maybe even more rainfall to, of course, Guam, Saipan, places like that. The Mariana Islands, of course, need to watch this very, very closely. Take a look at some true color zoomed out imagery here. You can see the storm there. You can see loads of cloud cover where the storm is, but you can clearly see the storm standing out from all of that, looking pretty decent. Not really much to say, honestly. It's just looking pretty decent. And it will be heading towards, of course, Guam, Saipan, with heavy rainfall impacts, probably some strong winds as well, probably up to tropical storm force when it does arrive. Anyway, thanks for watching this update on Tropical Storm Bolaven. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next update. Peace out.